When we think of mobile mapping, we most often tend to think about what's happening at the high accuracy project level. But there's a much broader scope when you consider transportation as a whole, particularly in terms of safety. With me today is Ray Mandli, President of Mandli Communications and Chair of the Geospatial Transportation Mapping Association, an organization that focuses on mobile network data collection. Ray, GTMA was launched last year. Things have been a little quiet since then, but obviously you guys have been hard at work behind the scenes. What is the goal for the organization?
Well, we started GTMA because we perceived a need in the industry to kind of unify the data sets that were being provided to the state DOTs and the cities and the counties. And some of that comes from the vendors. This is a very fractured industry. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and that's fine. And I think in some instances, different technologies are more suitable for different kinds of data samples. But if you're trying to look at creating a congruency between the states, and for me, a lot of this came from being able to provide state DOTs their HPMS data, which is their management data that they have to submit to the federal people. There needed to be a better way to do it. And they're all struggling. The states struggle with submitting that data because there's been some changes in how it's reported. So I was looking for a way upstream to be able to get something that's congruent that would be able to be reported and make this a lot easier process. We're only at the tip of the iceberg, and Rob and I realized that, and we know we got to get to a tipping point here so that GTMA can fulfill its role.
You're going to be in Houston for Spire International, April 15th through 18th, where you'll be presenting details about a project that you've been involved with in the state of Utah. What else will you be highlighting at the conference?
I'm hoping to have at Spire our vehicle that we're going to use to do the Utah project, so anybody who has questions, I'll be able to answer them. It will have a full complement of pavement lasers. I'm using the Velodyne HDL32s as a LiDAR source. We have the Planix GPS system on there, so I can talk about why we've chosen those different instruments and for this particular project. But I'll also be able to talk about things we're looking at in the future. There's some really neat technology out there that we'd like to implement in the next cycle. Things such as photogrammetric cameras, better IoT technology, and also talk a little bit about the interior mapping. I think that's the next big frontier. There's a lot of work to do, and those of us who do this at the network level, on my website, I have a LiDAR point cloud that we did of the state capitol here in Madison, Wisconsin, and it's very detailed. We used two HDL64s. It was 2 million points per second. It took us an hour. We did the whole building, the exterior of the building, an hour. The accuracy, we just really set up settings and things. We were able to get that down to that 1 inch accuracy. So you can actually, if you get the point cloud, you can actually see the window sills and the woodwork on them.
Thank you, Ray. You can find more information about GTMA at GeoDataPoint.com.